Good evening. Hello, everybody. Hopefully everything is working. It looks like it is on my end, so there we go. I have not one, not two, but three camera angles tonight just for fun. We've got camera 3, which is this one right here, so I can, show you anything we talk about. Which, by the way, this is the cutest lens that I've ever owned. It's tiny. And then camera 2, which is actually an anamorphic lens on a Blackmagic, which is why it looks so different, because I haven't had the chance to actually do much with it yet. But so the Blackmagic and this little lens here are basically for my large FPV drone. And yeah, it's a tiny lens. It's really cute. Hopefully everybody's doing well. If you're new to the stream, if this is your first time, tonight is all about questions and answers. So if you have questions about cameras, lenses, drones, audio, lighting, whatever it might be, ask in the chat. I will do my best to answer it. If you want to make sure I see your question, which I usually catch most questions, but if you really want to make sure or you feel like I've done a great job, then you can super chat or super sticker me if you like. But tonight I do have some really fantastic drone footage to show you. I went and shot an ad for Tamron, and so I climbed a mountain in the winter. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you would have already seen a tiny clip of this drone footage, but this will be the more full-length feature drone footage. Full-length feature film, not quite, but it will be a lot more drone footage than what you saw on Instagram or Twitter. And all of it is footage that I didn't use for the Tamron video, the Tamron ad that I put together for them. So hopefully, I'm waiting to hear back. I'm waiting for approval from them. As soon as they give me approval and everything's good, then I'll play you the final ad. And some of you might see it anyway, because I'm sure if you're into cameras and lenses and drones, you'll probably see it eventually. So hopefully everybody's doing well. I hope you're all doing being safe and having a good time right now. I know the Sony A1 was released, and that looks like a monster camera. A little bit overkill for most people. I think probably the people who are going to use that are like high action sports, people who are doing big events. I think it's just a beast of a camera. There's a few things that are weird about it that are different. I don't know why they didn't stick with the flip out screen instead of just the flip up screen, but whatever. So let's see. I know there's a bunch of people here, but I'm not gonna have time to say hi to everybody, so hopefully you are all doing well. Okay, so Paul Feinberg was asking, because he's been debating about whether to buy an A7S3 or an A7C and hold out for the A7IV, which I'm really excited about. I hope they release it pretty soon, because I really want that camera. But yeah, after watching and seeing what they put in the A7 or the A1, the Alpha 1's camera, Paul thinks that they might put 4K 120 in there. I don't think they're going to put 4K 120 in there. I think they're going to do 4K 60, probably 10-bit 422, but that'll be it. And I think the sensor is going to sit around 32-ish megapixels. So it'll still have really great stills, good video, better low light performance than really high megapixel cameras. But yeah, it'll be very, very interesting to see. Eddie Nunez, no way you wish you could get them all. You could sell a guitar, get the ZV-1 for portability. The A7C will be compact enough. Honestly, Paul, the A7C is really compact, and it's a great camera. I mean, it's the same size as an A66 or A6400 body, so it's pretty small, pretty nice. So, hi, Mark H. Yeah, drone footage. I will show you that in just a little bit, in just a few minutes here. Some spectacular drone footage, I have to add. Tamron asked me if I would be willing to shoot a social media ad for them, to which, of course, I said yes, happily, depending on what they wanted. And so we talked about what they would like on the ad, and kind of set out to film it and decided that the best way I could do and accomplish what they wanted to accomplish with the ad was to go climb a mountain in the middle of winter, which turned out to be a spectacular day and a spectacular idea, but not easy either. I had to snowshoe up about half of it, which if you've never had the pleasure of snowshoeing up a mountainside, it's quite something. I will say that. Mark H, you got the Canon R5. Props. What do you think? That is a beast of a camera as well. It's incredible to see where camera tech is advancing to. It just, like, it's amazing to see where it's going and how fast it's going that direction. It's incredible. Paul, the A7S3 for sure should have S-Cinetone. Oh man, I wish the A7S3 has S-Cinetone. That is such a brilliant color space or color profile from Sony. It's beautiful. Matt PG, you'd like to move up to full frame this year? Well, this might be a great year for you to do it, Matt. The A7C, definitely a great camera. If you have about, I'm guessing, $2,200 to $2,500, then the A7 IV, when it's released, will probably be in that price range. And I have a feeling the A7 IV is going to be a fantastic camera for people who shoot video and stills, just like the A7 III has been up to this point. The A7S III is fantastic. I love it. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I probably need to do another video about it. But now that I've had it for 6 months, it is really a video-centric camera. It's not a still-centric camera. However, it does shoot incredibly great and beautiful stills. So, you know, but if you're looking for kind of the all-around camera that will do both, I think the A7 IV is going to be the sweet spot for that. I think it's going to be fantastic. Maybe dumb down the A1 and make a little and make an A93. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. So, all right. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing well. The IBIS is nice. Yeah, I've seen that on the R5. The IBIS looks fantastic. So let's see. There were a few other things I wanted to talk. Sounds like Sony's going to have to delay the release of their 35 1.4 GM lens because of production issues, which is unfortunate. It looks like a great lens. I was hoping to get my hands on one to review. No such luck yet. Maybe that'll change. There was something else that, I am working on a drone course. So it'll be a paid course, but I am working on it. I'm about halfway through putting together the material for it, and then it'll be down to filming it, putting it together, and stuff like that. But if you're interested, I think what I'm going to do is put together I'm going to do a video here I think I'm filming it on Friday, but I'm going to do a video about matching drone video with camera video, you know, matching colors and matching the footage up so that it looks more seamless, so you don't get these two drastically different looking things. So I think what I'm going to do on that one is kind of say, hey, you know, this is how you do this, blah, blah, blah. And then if you're interested in learning how to do like more advanced stuff, you want to dig into how to film with drones, how to plan a shoot, kind of everything from setting up your drone, types of drones, all the way down to, you know, how to film stuff, the different types of movements, and then how to edit it together to put out something of really good quality that you could charge money for, or that will get you noticed and that will, you know, have people want to hire you, then I think I'm going to put a link in that video, in the color matching video, so that if you're interested in it, you can kind of like jump in on the early bird special or whatever. At least you'll sign up on an email list essentially, and then you'll get an email that says, hey, it's ready. If you want to, you know, jump on it, go here, sort of thing. So I'm curious if you like that idea or not. You can let me know. So, and Brant Olson. Hey, Brant. How you doing? And Brian's here too, I know, but is the drone course done yet? Brian, stop it. It's halfway done. I've written the material, the course material for half of it. And I think actually it might maybe over half, because the parts that I've done so far have been what I'm hoping is the most challenging, like technical stuff about it. All about like camera settings, white balance, shutter, aperture, ISO, other really kind of nerdy camera stuff. On tenor, hopefully drones are still legal. And so we're all having OnlyFans. Yeah, maybe so. G-Dog, do I like FPV drones? I do. I love FPV. I fly FPV a lot. I fly FPV both professionally for video work and then also just for a heck of a lot of fun. Yeah, so it's a ton of fun. Jaden, you're 12 years old. You've saved over $400 in the past year. Should I buy a Pocket 2 or a different camera? Usually make your videos with just your phone. You're looking to upgrade. So Jaden, a Pocket 2 would be a great camera to start with. Let's see, 400. Yeah, a Pocket 2 would be a really good place to start. And it's a great camera. It works well in all kinds of conditions. And if you can, I think DJI is running a sale right now, which actually would probably be good. Get the creator kit because it comes with this little microphone, which does a fantastic job. It has this little tripod thing and this little extra handle thing here, a couple of other little extras that are really great. If you have a really like late model phone though, then they do really well too. So that's up to you. Here's what I'm saying. If you have an iPhone 11. So if you have an iPhone 11, I would just make videos with that. The iPhone 11, I mean, that's what this is. And I film B-roll on my iPhone 11 a lot. It's great video. So if you're, if you don't need a Pocket 2, like if you can do a lot on your phone, then maybe get a little gimbal for it, or get a little, actually, Jaden, are you in the U.S.? Let me know if you're in the United States, please. Yeah, I would go that direction, and then maybe get a something to get better audio with it. But even that is like, yeah. That's what I would do. But Jaden, send me an email at this address. Jake Sloan Tube at YouTube, or not YouTube, sorry. It's Jake Sloan Tube at gmail.com. Send me an email at that address. Here's why. This is, I gotta make sure this works. But if this works, I'll send this to you. This is the Moza Mini MI, which is built for phones. Does a good job. I used it a little bit. I'm pretty sure it still works. I don't know why it wouldn't. I didn't use it for that long. Anyway, but it's a good phone gimbal. And I have had it sitting here for a long time. I really don't need it anymore. So I was going to give it away on tonight's stream. And so I guess I just did. Let's see if I can even remember how to use this thing. Let's see if it still works. Hey, look at that. It does work. Yay. Anyway, so send me an email and make sure I know who you are. Because, yeah, I started the stream, I was like, I've done nothing with this gimbal for a very long time. I need to give it away so somebody can put it to better use than I have been putting to use. And so there you go. Congratulations, Jaden. You won a Moza Mini Me gimbal, which coincidentally actually has wireless charging built in right here, which is super handy if you live in a cold climate. Keeps your phone charged. So be sure and send me an email there. Yeah, see, nobody expected a giveaway on tonight's stream, right? Ta-da! Yeah. Honestly, Jaden, that's what I would do. So many YouTubers do such great work with their phones because your phone it's a fantastic camera now. It's really, really great. Yeah, Jaden, absolutely. I've got extra equipment and I've been wanting to get it out to people who will, one, use it, and two who are wanting to pursue filmmaking. And you know, it's just little stuff for me, but for you, it's a piece of gear that will maybe help you improve and grow in your filmmaking skills. So be sure and send me an email there, okay? And then make sure and like, you know, tell me who you are. Remind me who you are, because I do get a lot of emails at that. So Kevin, the basic, can you win the A7S III now? If Kevin, I will win you an A7S III if you can win me a red Komodo. How about that? How's that sound like a good deal? Yeah. So congratulations, Jaden. I don't know how often I'll do giveaways on my streams, but if I do giveaways, it will be on the streams. And yeah, so tune in. Make sure you tune in every week. You're welcome, man. I hope that it helps you. I hope that it encourages you in your pursuit of filmmaking. And it, yeah. So let's see. Ben Lockwood, you've got a Canon SL3, but you're looking for a good gimbal we could swap with a phone mount as needed. Any suggestions? Oh, that's tough because phones weigh so much less. So in the past, what I did was put my phone on my Weeble S, which is probably a pretty good, that'd be a good one to start with, the Weeble S. But I had to add weight because otherwise the gimbal couldn't properly be balanced. So I balanced it. I don't remember what I put on there for weight. Like I think I put my Mix Pre 3 on there actually, and then just mounted my phone at the top of it. But yeah, so you have to add weight of some sort to help the gimbal balance properly. But yeah, you could do that. So, I mean, even if you just attach something, a heavy plate to your phone mount, then that should work. Agree, Matt, PG. Phones have come so far. They are getting so good. So unless you really need like, you know, intensive capabilities, like extreme low light performance, really intense sports action type stuff for like action cameras where you might destroy your phone, they're really great. They're really great. Lon. Oh, man. Oh, you're crazy. Calzy, best camera for videos in one position like this stream. Like a camera that you just kind of leave set up all the time? Honestly, like the Sony ZV-1 is a really good camera for stuff like that. The RX100 series is pretty good for stuff like that. As it does pretty well in low light. It works okay overall. And that's what I would go with. Ben, it's the Zhiyun Weeble S. That's for you, Ben. That's the gimbal I would get. It's inexpensive, relatively inexpensive. It'll handle the Canon no problem. I mean, it'll do a lot. It's actually a fantastic gimbal for all kinds of cameras. The only other one I would think about doing maybe is the DJI Ronin SC. Just because that won't handle as big of regular cameras, but should handle your Canon okay. And it would handle the phone a little bit easier. But honestly, the Weeble S is kind of where I would go. So, yeah. Vortex Lab, hey, doing well. Have you used moment lenses before, specifically anamorphic? What are my thoughts and opinions on them? I have Vortex Labs, and I have videos about them here on my channel. Very old videos, so forgive me. But I do, and in fact, they're sitting over there. In fact, that's probably something I'm going to be giving away in the future because I don't use them anymore. But they are really great. I like the moment anamorphic. I like the, let's see. Oh, I can't de-squeeze it. That's right. I like the wide is my favorite. The wide is really nice, especially the wide version 2 is really nice. Oh, you know what? I should probably just do it here because I bet I could go. So I'm going to try and see if I can find, is it here? Should be here somewhere. Anyway, I did a whole series. For a while, I was really doing a lot about like phone, just using your phone for video filmmaking stuff. And so I did a bunch of videos about that kind of stuff specifically. Here we are. Let's see. If I can do this without playing it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. All right. So this This playlist has both of my reviews about the Moment lenses, also some other tips and tricks about, your phone stuff. I really like Moment lenses. I really like they're great. I just had to go a little bit different route with my filming as I started doing more and more professional work. You can't bring a phone into a big corporation and say, okay, I'm here to film your interviews. It doesn't work out that well. So anyway, but let's see, JP, EF mount and 2470, 2455, very nice. What's the next two lenses you should invest in? Use the Blackmagic Pocket 6K. Nice, JP. I don't have the 6K. I do have the 4K because I didn't want to invest a lot of money in the 6K and then put it on a FPV drone and potentially crash it or lose it. But this is the 4K with a Sirui, whatever, 35 millimeter anamorphic. Anyway, so you've got so I would get something on the really wide end, like 15, 12, 15 to like 30 something. And then man, you already got the 20. Well, that's true. Yeah. So I would get something on the really wide end like that. And then I would also get something that is the really telephoto, like the 70 to 200 kind of zoom range. Because especially if you film like weddings or events like that, where you're going to have to really punch in to like see a speaker stuff, that's where I would get the 70 to 200 or something in that range. That's, yeah. See, Agent J, you're saving up some money. Good zoom lens, A66, shooting for the Tamron, the 17 to 70. Agent J, fantastic lens. Fantastic lens. In fact, yeah, it's a fantastic lens. I may have one for sale in a little bit. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I really like it. It's a great lens. The image stabilization built into it is surprisingly good for such a small lens. It's really great. Anyway, Matt PG, you have a Panasonic G9 with a 16 1.4. Love the features of the G9 dual SD stabilization. Oh yeah, Panasonic G9 is a great camera. All right. SL3, a good camera in your opinion? Consider something else a little bigger, a little better. No, the SL3 is a great camera. I would start with that. Here's my philosophy on gear, and then maybe we'll jump into the drone video, and I'll keep talking while we're watching the drone video. But my philosophy on gear is like, start with what you have. So if you have a phone, start with a phone. If you have a GoPro, start with a GoPro. Whatever it is, start with what you have, and then as you start to notice that you're hitting the limits of that camera, that's when you want to start looking at what else you need to do, or other things you might start incorporating into your filmmaking, whatever it might be. But don't think that just because you got a bigger or better, more expensive camera, your filmmaking is going to improve. It's not. So much of it is about your skill. So start with your phone if you have a phone, and just film tons of stuff, take tons of pictures, do everything you can with that. And then when all of a sudden you realize like you can't get the shot you want to get because of the limitations of this camera, whether it's like how far you could zoom in or the low light performance or whatever it might be, then you can start going, okay, I need to get something different. And especially if you at the point where people want to start paying you to do this stuff, then you could start going, okay, I need to invest in something else. So the Canon SL3, great camera to start out with. Start out with that and just work with it until you have noticed that you can't do what you want to do because of the limitations of the equipment. Let's see. And let's see. Ken. Oh, thanks, Mark. Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. Polar Pro makes great filters. That's true, Jaden. Polar Pro does make great filters. Agent J, let's go. Yeah. So keep saving up, and I'll let you know. What about the 11 to 24 Sigma and the 135 Sigma? Wonderful. Those would be great, JP. And yeah, especially on the wide end, the 11 is good because I think if I remember right, the Blackmagic 6K has the it's like a 1.6 or 1.7 crop factor, I think. Gosh, I can't remember off the top of my head. So basically, you take that 11, you multiply it times 1.6 or 1.5 or 1 point whatever, and that gives you your final. So if you're at 11, then you end up at about 16-ish millimeters, which is great. That's a great for wide end. Yeah, that'd be great. And then the 135, yeah, that's going to put you way in there, punch you way in there. And the Sigma quality, the image quality is excellent. I'm the only reason I'm not a huge fan of Sigma is it's generally large and heavy. For me, that's a deal breaker because as you'll see here in a second, I want things to stay light and fluffy. Light and airy so that I can carry them up a mountainside. Just like this. And turn that music way down. Anyway, so this is me snowshoeing up a mountainside. Not as easy, and then I found some harder paths that I could follow. But yeah, also it's a challenge to film yourself shots like this with a drone. It's hard to control the drone to walk, not fall off the mountain at the same time while you're, trying to make sure you get a good, stable, smooth shot of yourself walking around. So, that's right, Kevin. I agree, and I know you and I have ranted about this before. In fact, I need to have you back on the stream soon. That was my favorite shot there because it's like nothing's moving, and then all of a sudden I popped into frame and it was just like, boom, there we go. Yeah. Also, tip on the top of a mountain, do not go too close to the edge where the wind is blowing because all that is a cornice and will break off and take you down with it. You need to be very, very cautious. And so I went as far as I could go, knowing and looking at where I knew I was standing on somewhat solid ground. So I'll play it one more time because it's kind of short. This is all Mavic 2 Pro. The only reason I didn't take the Skydio was it was cold. It was about 2 degrees, and there was a little bit of wind. And the Skydio does well, and it handles colder than what they say, but it's definitely more temperamental, and I just didn't want to push it. Whereas the Mavic 2 Pro, I've flown that at 40 below zero, and it has been fine. So yeah, and it handles pretty strong winds. So that's where I went with that. Plus you can get more fine-tuned controls. So and the 10-bit color, because I was shooting the ad for Tamron. I wanted to make sure everything is in. I love that it's not moving, and then all of a sudden I fly past it. So I wanted to make sure I was shooting everything in 10-bit color so I could really work on the color grading in post, and I did. All right, let's see. Yes, and this parallax, this orbit here, I did this all manually. I did some automatic ones too, and they're fine, but I really wanted to do kind of a higher speed one and just get certain things, so I just was like, I have like 32% battery left. I might as well just see what else I can get with it. So I shot this orbit, and then I shot this photo, a few photos, but I shot this one at the very end there. So lots of fun, very cold, very hard, but worth every second of it. Just absolutely spectacular day up there. So brilliant and so nice. Jaden. Yeah. So it ended up that it actually wasn't that windy up there. There was wind blowing, but it wasn't that windy. But in the cold, it doesn't take much wind to really start messing with electronics. So, Paul, I'm not considering selling my 17 to 28. I may or may not have a 17 to 70 for Sony APS-C that I'm debating about whether or not I want to sell or keep. Yeah. I mean, it's a brilliant lens. I really like it, but I don't know if I need it. That's the thing. Anyway, so yeah. Thanks, Flyzone. Appreciate that. Liam, this is up in an area, Hatcher's Pass area, which is in south central Alaska. Mark H., you want to stand on solid ground. Yes, you do. And you want to be very aware of the snow conditions because that area, it's not not super dangerous right now, but depending on the snow conditions, it can get very dangerous very quick. We had a bunch of snow yesterday. I don't know that I would climb up there again anytime soon until I kind of see where the snow settles, just because, yeah. But that snow was pretty stable. It'd been there for a while, so yeah. It is, Liam. Good eye. Yeah, very good eye. So went up there. I was going to try and climb the pinnacle, Liam, if you know where that is. And I still want to, probably a week or two from now, maybe, but I didn't want to climb it by myself. And so I couldn't get anybody to go with me that day to go climb the pinnacle. So another time. But I do want to climb the pinnacle. I've wanted to do that for a long time. So yeah, no. The 17 to 28 stays with me, Paul. I'm keeping that thing. Jake Sloan. Let's see. Kevin says, man, I wish someone would make a course about flying drones. If you weren't here, I am about halfway through making it. And so I'm going to make a video about matching drone colors with camera colors. And I think I'm going to put a link in that video to an early email list sign up for the drone course, Kevin. You let me know if you think that's a good idea. Since you're a master at courses and stuff. John Burnett, how did I get? By plane, snow machine, or snow tracked? I got there by 2 feet and 2 snowshoes. Drove to the bottom and then snowshoed halfway up the side ish, and then the snow pack was hard enough that I could walk the rest of the way on regular feet. But yeah. If you've never had the pleasure of snowshoeing up the side of a mountain, it's quite an experience, and it's lots of fun. It's also a lot of work. London, Vortex, yeah. Paul Feinberg, you get a code with Remote Pilot 101 for your course. You've been taking their course to pass 107? Nice, awesome. Yeah, I'm going to talk to them. I've taken their course. I love Remote Pilot 101. It's great. If you get part 107, they're great place to go. I recommend it all the time. I know how I should talk to them about getting an affiliate link. I do recommend it a lot. Anyway, or an affiliate link, or at least a discount code for everybody. That would be kind of nice. So, Fisheye Studios. Do I think the new Sony A1 is worth it? I do, if you need incredibly high performance photo shooting features for work. So I like high action sports. It's just such a powerful camera. Yeah, that's like that. High action, like bird photography, things where things are moving quick and you need really accurate autofocus and you need to be able to shoot a ton of stills really quickly. Then yes, I think that's a great camera. I mean, I think it's a great camera. If you could afford $6,500 for it, then that's a great camera. I think for most people, most photographers, most videographers even, it's way more camera than they need. But it's a beast of a camera. Heck of a flex by Sony. Okay, Kevin, thanks. I will do that. So be watching for my video about how to grade drone footage and camera footage to match and mesh them together. It is Vortex. It's a great course. Really good. Liam, you climbed Marmot and Skyscraper plenty of times. Never had time to go all the way. Yeah, that was the one. That was the thing that I had enough time to go all the way, which I was really excited about. If I had had more time, I probably would have kept going on the ridge just for fun. But yeah, I'll save that for the day I do Pinnacle. Yeah. Got your recertification through them last year. Fantastic, Mark. My recertification is coming up in May. Yay. D&D aerial views, good show. More than happy to absorb any knowledge you're shedding. Thanks. Awesome. Thanks, D&D. I'm glad you said hi at least. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, definitely, Paul. That's awesome. That's the thing for me. Like, you could buy one A1 or you could buy, an A7S3 and an A7 R4, A7R4 for the same price. Or you could buy 2 A7S3s. I just, like, that's the thing where I'm like, oof, it's expensive. I'm not saying it's not worth it. If that's your job, some of those kind of things, then that camera is going to be brilliant for you. But yeah, it's a spendy one. Fish, what millimeter lens is best for shooting wedding videos, people's faces? Fisheye, man. So the lens that I would go with that will cover kind of everything is the 24 to 70 2.8 of whatever brand camera lens company you use. 24 is wide enough to get nice and wide shots. F2.8 has good enough low light performance to give you good low light performance when you're like at the reception, other places where it's much darker. And then having 70 to be able to punch in and get close on people's faces is really good. If you can, get one that has some sort of image stabilization built in, because that will help you, especially in low light. But yeah, that's where I would start, the 24 to 70 range, but definitely f2.8. And if you can get one for your camera system that is image stabilized, that would be really great. It's actually 6,500, Agent J. It's a spendy camera. Not worth it for me personally, but yeah. Jake Sloan, mini drone guy with the Mini 2. If the app says it's okay to fly, there's no trouble, right? Assuming you don't do stupid things. Still trying to figure out what's hype BS and real info. Generally, if the app says it's okay to fly, you're probably safe. But the other thing I would do is download an app either called Before You Fly or AirMap. The one I use is AirMap, and actually, I can show you right here. I like AirMap because it just gives you a really good idea of, now this is going to look insane, but it is what it is. So this is AirMap. This is over an area in the valley. So it shows you every little airport and grass landing strip that anybody has ever taken off of or landed on, which in Alaska is a lot, but gives you an idea. And then you can tap on the yellow thing and find out what is in your area there. And so AirMap is kept up to date. It will give you up-to-date information on whether or not there's any special things, like TFRs. Like over the Super Bowl, there was a TFR. Somebody apparently flew anyway. Anyway, they, yeah. So, Fisheye, I do these Q&A streams every Wednesday night at this time. Yeah, every week. There's a few weeks that I've had to miss because I've been traveling or what have you, but it's pretty rare. I pretty much every Wednesday night from 39 minutes ago till about 20 minutes from now. Use Before You Fly. Yeah, any of those would be good. Okay, so you're considering buying the A7S3 for video production. Do you recommend it or not recommend it? I really recommend it. That's what I'm shooting this on right now. I was shooting on it all day today for a client. It's the single best small form factor video camera with good still capability too, by the way, good photo capability that I've ever used. The autofocus is incredible. The low light performance is fantastic. The image quality is outstanding. And the fact that you get it all in a small compact form factor is just phenomenal. So yeah, I love it. I do have a bunch of videos about it. If you want to see those, you can kind of get an idea. Both, like, I've got a one where I went out the whole entire video. Brian, if he's still on the stream, was with me. We shot the entire video with firelight and moonlight. It's noisy. I'm not going to say it's not noisy, but I'm shooting it in the middle of the night inside of a glacier ice cave at night with moonlight and firelight. Nothing else. It just, well, there might have been a lume cube here or there, but it's just phenomenal. So yeah, A7S3 is a fantastic camera if you do lots of video work. Oh, everybody agree. Yeah. Yes, if you're okay with like delivering your stuff for clients in 1080, I mean, in 4K too. But most people only need stuff in 1080, so you can crop in with it if you want to, if you shoot everything in 4K. But yeah, it's fantastic. I do, Lon. Did I give you that impression? Did I give you the impression that I like it? I do. And I'm not even paid, or I don't have any affiliation with Sony. I bought my A7S III for full price, which was expensive, but man, it's been worth it. Let's see. Found a solution for barrel distortion when using moment anamorphic lens. I believe de-squeezing can be done in post, but what about the distortion? Vortex. So if you use the Moment app, it has a distortion correction thing built into it. But if you don't, like for me, I use Final Cut Pro. There's a free plugin for Final Cut Pro, and it might be for others too, but I just know it's for Final Cut Pro. That's called Alex 3D or Alex 4D, and you can correct barrel distortion and stuff with it relatively easily. So, well, thank you, Fisheye. Thank you. I don't know how you found my stream. If you weren't subscribed before, but I'm very happy that you did. Thank you for being here. I saw a video where Jared Poland did a house tour, and he had a huge photo on his black wall. It was shot with a 12 megapixel Nikon camera back in the day. That's the thing. You can blow 12 megapixels up. The caveat is you can make it huge. Billboards are like 5 to 8 megapixels. The caveat is how close do you want to let people get to that photo before they can start to see the pixels? But you can put a 12 megapixel photo up really large before and get fairly close to it before you start going, oh yeah, there's a pixel and there's a pixel. Anyway, so cool, Fisheye. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. It's true, Liam. Yeah, just about everywhere in Alaska is considered a fly zone, some sort of airport at some point. It's true. It's crazy. Which is, it's another good reason to get your Part 107 is because then you can legally fly a lot easier in a lot of those places without having to like notify or call people to let them know you're going to be flying there because you're a Part 107 pilot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Kevin, if I miss. TFR is temporary flight restriction. So the FAA will put a temporary flight restriction over certain areas depending on what's going on there. So you're welcome, Vortex. Let's see. Your first Mac next week. Got the M1 Mini. Matt, brilliant move. The M1 Mini is a powerhouse for 4K video editing. It crunches 4K video faster than my Mac Pro, my 16-inch MacBook Pro, which is pretty specced out. It's impressive. Once they come out with a 16-inch MacBook Pro M1 or M1 Pro or M1X chip, whatever that's going to be, I'm probably going to sell this, trade it in, whatever, and get a new one because it's insane how fast the M1 Mini and how easily it processes video footage. Kevin, they do. If you use Before You Fly or AirMap, they will show all TFR, temporary flight restriction areas. And honestly, your Mini will not take off in a TFR. DJI is really good or really bad, depending on your perspective, about making sure that you can't fly in some of those flight restricted areas. Eric, should you get ND filters for your Mini 2? I would. I did the accessory video about it, and I use ND filters. They're over there somewhere from Freewell, and I got to get this thing. I got to get the colors matching better. I will at some point, I promise. But anyway, and Freewell makes great ND filters for stuff I like. So the deal is, Freewell does send me free filters every now and then. They've sent me stuff for the Mini. I've purchased most of my big filters and a few other filters, action camera filters and stuff like that from them. But they do send me free filters too to review and to test and stuff like that. So, but I do like their filters. I have both purchased my own Freewell filters and I get sent them too. But they're for the price, I don't think you can find a better, more durable filter for the price that does 95% as good as some of the higher end brands of filters as far as image quality. So that's my opinion. Came in late, Whiskey Black Roads, keeping drone footage, Sony A7III when editing videos. Interesting you should ask that, Whiskey. I am doing a video about that in the next couple days. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. What drone are you shooting with, Whiskey 7? I'm really curious too. Let me know. Adobe PowerPoint, coming from Adobe PowerPoint. So Matt, the only not PowerPoint. So sorry, Premiere Pro. Jeez, it's a flashback to like Windows 95. Adobe Premiere Pro sometimes does not work as well on Macs. And I'm not sure about the M1 Max specifically, but like Final Cut Pro works really well on the M1 Mac. iMovie works really well. So, but I think Premiere Pro is going to be updated or has just been updated to work with the M1 Max, or it will be soon. So, yeah. Mark H, what is the best Mac for editing 4K or even 8K drone footage? Right now, Mark, honestly, the M1 Mac Mini is a beast, insanely powerful at editing 4K footage. If you were going to, and it's $700, which is insane. So if you have everything else, monitor, whole setup of everything else you need, that's what I would do. I would get an M1 Mac. I have considered getting a Mac Mini M1 just to put here on my desk, be able to pull all my footage into Final Cut Pro with it and have it transcode the footage to ProRes files because it is so much faster than my 16-inch MacBook Pro. I like editing on my 16-inch MacBook Pro still. I like using it still more, but the M1 Mac Mini would be a great, like, just processing thing. And then you pull the SSD over, edit it off your MacBook, my MacBook Pro, and it's insane how well that thing handles it. It's crazy. So Jake, am I telling you that your 16mm Bolex H16 isn't any good for live streaming? I'm not saying that at all. This is a 24mm. It just depends on the look you're going for, and how wide you want to get it. If you're in small, tight spaces, then yeah, then use it. Canceled your Adobe subscription? Great, Matt. Then yeah, Final Cut Pro is the way I would go. If you want to kind of learn the basics of it, like you can start with iMovie, which is free, but I think you'll find yourself getting limited pretty quick, especially if you're coming from Premiere Pro. And the nice thing about Final Cut Pro is you pay for it once. I paid for Final Cut Pro 6 years ago, and I haven't paid for it again. And every upgrade, every update, I bought plugins and stuff here and there, but nowhere near the $50 a month plan for Adobe. Yes, I am currently streaming with the A7S III. How am I getting those lovely crushed blacks? Looks amazing. So, Kevin, this is the custom style. This is the custom creative style that I put into my my A7S III video. So, and that's what I'm using right now. So it's the standard profile, standard creative pictures profile, whatever they call it. I don't remember, that I adjusted. So there you go. It's in the A7S III setup and settings video. So if you're interested, then there it is. Yeah, and then I just set the white balance to be locked like this because I'm using all 5600 Kelvin lights. Then I set the white balance at 5600, and this is what it looks like. Exactly, Vortex. Gotta head out. See you, Liam. Have a good one. If you go climbing or exploring, be careful, be safe, but have fun. D&D. Oh, yeah. Mark H., you've been editing on Avid for over 20 years. Wow, 10-bit footage since AFEC converted to 260 files is huge, says the MWIC. So the Mac M1 does handle 10-bit video better. It's still not like native, like it handles 8-bit video though. I hope that update comes soon, or maybe it has in the latest operating system. I haven't upgraded because I'm scared that it'll break a bunch of my plugins. So I'm kind of waiting to see where all that falls out. And that's a lesson to all of you with any computer setup. If you have everything is working, don't upgrade to or update to the latest OS for your computer until you know that all the plugins, all the stuff that you use is going to work. Otherwise, you will have headaches for weeks. So just don't do it. Don't do it. Wait a couple months and let it go. Awesome, Jaden. Thanks for sending the email and congratulations. I hope you put this thing to good use. It's a good little gimbal. I used it. In fact, I used it on my my Moment anamorphic lens review. Great little gimbal. I haven't used it. So yeah, there you go. If you buy a new MacBook or student homeschool, you get a Final Cut Pro for $200. Wow, that's great, Zach. That's a great deal. Agent J, congratulations on having perfect internet this week. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why, but apparently there's no fish chewing on the undersea cables that go down to the lower 48 for us. It's all working well. I agree, Mark H. The 10-bit video looks spectacular for landscape videos. And that's where, if you see this is all 10-bit video from the Mavic 2 Pro, too, which is, 1-inch sensor. Of course, it's super bright and beautiful out, but the 10-bit video just looks, it just looks so much better. It really does. Matthew Henry. Good thing my cat filter isn't on. No cat filters here, Matthew, but I agree. Lon, have you tried Resolve 17 yet? Yeah, I have Resolve 16 on this because the Blackmagic, but I haven't messed around with 17 yet. I need to take a look at it. D&D, look up and realize vintage film camera. I have one of those on the back wall, back right over there. It's an old film camera. Man, I hate to say it though, some of those vintage lenses, oh man, they look good. They look really good. It's cool. They definitely have a look to them. But yeah. Windows Update, yeah, exactly. So sorry, Kevin. Oh man. That's, oops, let me get back here. There we go. That's Marmot Ridge, Marmot Mountain in Hatteras Pass, Alaska. Jerby, yeah. Okay, I just saw you outside. That was Marmot Mountain in Hatteras. That was Monday, I think is when I went and climbed it. And it was a spectacular day. So I want to go, hoping maybe next week or the week after, I want to go climb the pinnacle out there, Jeremy. I really have wanted to climb that for a while. But I was going to do it that day. I just couldn't get anybody to go with me, and I'm not going to do that alone because the danger level is a little higher on the pinnacle. Peace, Paul. Probably see you in a little bit. Matt MVG, those are Polar Pro filters. Lon, I don't know what filters you're talking about with me. Anyway, or maybe you're talking with somebody else. Thanks, Chris. I love that pull away shot because everything is so big. Like I'm going backward at full speed and you can't even, it doesn't look like anything's moving until I went by myself and then it's like, oh crap. Yeah. It gives you an idea of scale, which is really cool. I love reveal shots. NTPL Worship, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. You don't know if I've answered this, but were you willing to teach a course that we pay on how to upload with all the best settings for YouTube? I mean, we could do something like one-on-one for sure. Send me an email. It's, I don't know if I would do a course. Actually, I think, Kevin, do you have a course about that? But otherwise, send me an email at this email, and we can maybe set something up if you'd like to. So, try. Thought it was Hatchers. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Running like a top. Wish Canon would pull that off. Still sold the film. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Okay, Jeremy. Yeah, if you're up for it, absolutely. Also, I see the next big Aurora storm is scheduled for like the 19, 20, 21st. So if you're going to head out for that, I am going to head out for that at some point. I hope if the weather's good. So maybe we can meet up and go do some of that one of those nights that the next big storm is scheduled for. Man, I hope the weather's good for it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, no, those are Freewell. That's a Freewell variable ND filter on my Mavic. I think I had it set like 4, and then I had the aperture set to like f11 or f9 something to try and deal with the brightness. But yeah. John Burnett. 730, be good photo editing. What do you recommend? Under 1500. Thank you, Agent J. Appreciate the super sticker. I don't even know what you're talking about. Let me look this up real quick so I can see what you're talking about. Oh, ThinkPad. Lavino ThinkPad. I mean, if it works, it would work. I would try it out first. It's a Intel 5. It might be a little slow on processing some of the video, but if it works, start with that. A video for settings, not a course, but in 2020, it would be best to get with Jake. Well, thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. Oh, Jeremy. Okay. Well, I might see what I can do. I would love to go out there. Lon. Yeah. I don't have it. I don't have the... So here's the deal, Lon. My last set of Polar Pro filters for my drone went down with my drone into the crevasse of a glacier and have not been seen since. So that's where I was. Need some sticker song? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I have that in here. I have to see if I still have that programmed in here. Oh, I might. I'll play it at the very end. We got a couple more minutes and then we'll wrap up with the sticker song. The best phone stabilizers that you can get for real estate, iMdigic. The DJI OM4. That's the phone stabilizer I would get if you're going to buy one right now. The DJI OM4 is fantastic. Yeah. Let's see. Jeff Edwards, scrape together money to buy a DJI Mini 2 to start your drone journey. Can we recommend some budget ND filters that would work to start you off? Please, Freewell set is out of your price range. Let's see. I mean, honestly, like I wouldn't buy ND filters until you're ready, until you can afford the Freewell stuff. Let's see. Mavic Mini 2 ND filters. Otherwise, there is another brand out there. Skyreet, maybe. Skyreet's not bad. Or, I don't know, PGY Tech makes filters for it. But, or if DJI makes filters for it too, that's a good way to go. But I don't know how much they are. The DJI filters, would be fine. Otherwise, maybe you just buy the Skyreet. Can you pick one? Yeah. So you can buy a Skyreet ND, like ND8, ND16 for $17 on Amazon. I would do that. I would buy an ND8 first and then buy an ND16 later. And you're going to end up spending $17 per filter. So that's what I would start with. But, yeah. Does PJY Tech make him for it? Because that's what I was going to go for. PJY Tech. I should do this so you all can see what I'm doing here. Right? Is that going to work? Let's see. No, it's not. Perfect. Hold on. I'm working on it. There we go. So, oh nice. Look at the size issue. Isn't that brilliant? That or PJY Tech Mini 2 ND. Let's see. Oh yeah, they do. Not much cheaper, to be honest. Oh, here, get this. This here, the PJY Tech variable ND 2 to 5 stop for $30. I'd start there. That's going to be the main one you need. So, yeah, that's what I would do. Oh, I'm getting all fancy. So, you're welcome, Jeff. Yeah. So I would start with that one, and then when you can, upgrade to Freewell or Polar Pro or one of the more high-end ones. But honestly, like, those filters will be fine for most of what you want to do. Oh wait, that was not the right one though. Don't get that one because that was for the Mavic Air 2. Dang. So I go back to what I said originally. Do the Skyreet ones. Here we go. Let's see, Skyreet ND filters, and just so you know, the Mavic Mini and the Mavic Mini 2 filters are exactly the same. Let me go back to Safari. So you can buy a whole set for $50, $54. And they're not the best, but here, if you go and you just buy a individual filter, get the ND8 first. That'll be the one you use the most. And then if you don't find that that's enough, like you're a lot of really bright places, then get the ND16 after that. You're right there. Yeah, but it won't be an affiliate link. Am I allowed to not drop affiliate links? Oh, it's too long. Dang it. Hold on, Kevin. I'm coming. I'm working on it. This is like super riveting stuff, isn't it? Hold on. I'm working on it. I'm going to shorten that link up for you. There we go. All right, this is an affiliate link, FYI. Just, I want to be clear about that. That's an affiliate link to the Skyreet filters. Get the ND8 to start with, and then get an ND16 after that. So, all right, Mark H, thank you so much. Go. That's what I felt like when I got to the top of the mountain. I was like, oh, go. Oh, yeah. Anyway. All right, folks. It's 5 o'clock. That means I got to wrap this stream up. That means, we're basically done here. My camera over there is still going, still plodding along. I got to balance it a little better. Camera B, look at this. Look at this little baby lens I got for the Blackmagic and my FPV drone, my big FPV drone. Isn't that the cutest little lens you've ever seen? For size comparison, like there's a Lume Cube. Look at that. Look how little that thing is. Isn't that cute? And yeah, that's going to do it for this stream. I will be here next week, same time, same place to stream. And in the meantime, there will be at least one, maybe two videos coming out in between now and then. I've been late on this week's video. Sorry about that. It happens when you climb a mountain in the middle of winter. It takes a little while longer to put stuff together. So, but thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I really appreciate you all being part of this community and part of this channel. If I'm putting out polls, questions out there on the community page because I want your feedback about how I can best help you grow as filmmakers, photographers. I know I just do a lot of gear reviews and stuff, but I try and drop helpful hints about stuff you can use for methods and things that will help you grow as photographers and videographers. In those reviews as well. There will be more tips and tricks coming. A lot of my time right now is being taken up with creating this course to teach you how to fly and film and photograph stuff with drones. And somebody, I think Mark H, did you ask me the question? Somebody asked me the question, will that include FPV? And the answer is yes, it will. It will not include like how to build and how to fly FPV drones, but it will include a portion about how to film with FPV drones. So yes, that will be a lot of fun. So keep an eye open for the early bird link to sign up for the email list for that because that'll be coming here soon. And my goal is to have that course done this spring or sooner if I can help it. But yes. Yes, coming soon, Whiskey 7. Coming soon. Hey, Jared Weaver, welcome. Nice. I like Homer. Homer's a cool place. Anyway, so thank you all for being here. Santi, I am not buying the Sony A1. It's much too expensive for my budget. So, but hey, thank you all for being here. See you the same time, same place next week. In the meantime, I will see you again soon in the next video, which will be coming in the next day or two. So thanks, everybody. Stay safe. Cheers. We'll see you again soon. Oh, and just for Agent J, the sticker song. I am Jake Sloan, and I like stickers. Yeah. Stickers, stickers, I like stickers. Yes, I do. Oh, stickers, stickers, I like stickers. More than you. Stickers. There you go. I hope you liked my singing. There you go, everybody. See you again soon.